So, good morning. Let's see that I can see here everything. Everything is working. Yeah, it looks like online. If you can see me and hear me, just oh, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, all good. I'm still here. um, then just please let me just know in the comments. That would be lovely, so that I know that everything is working. Yes, I see there are a couple of people in already. Lovely. Just confirm that you can hear and see me. Maybe also let me know from where you are. And then we can start. What do we do today? Today I want to talk about what you need to check before you submit your funding application or your loan application or your grant application, whatever you want to submit. Mate Borgo, good morning, lovely. Okay, so let's start first of all short and quick with me. Why can I share this information? Why do I know these things? Good morning, Lucky. Good morning, Deeps. Hello. Tiboho, good morning, lovely. A couple of people are in there. That is always fun. Hetty is there. Good morning. Okay, so my name is Dagmar Breiling-Marais. I'm the CEO here at Funding Connection. I'm the funding strategist. How did I even, maybe sometimes it's interesting to know how I even get into this sort of business. I did my equivalent to SACPA, my MBA in economics in Germany at a university. I worked at different companies, and one of them was a company. Oh yeah. Now my English words is Economic Development Corporation. That's the right English word for it. And in close to Hamburg. And I was a project manager there, and I was responsible to help the companies in the area to access funding. That means accessing loans, accessing grants, whatever was available at that time from the German government. We also had a look sometimes at European funding, what was really complex and complicated. And I helped them also with drafting business plans, and that's how I got into it. Okay, I've done business plans before, so it's my hobby. I know it sounds a little bit strange, but I absolutely love that. Creating businesses, making sure, I love the complexity. I love to make sure that all the parts are fitting together, so that was fun for me. Good morning, Nokwazi. Good morning, good man. Lovely. Okay, so and when I came here to South Africa and I told people what I was doing, they said you should be able to do that here too, and that's how I got slowly into it. I thought in the beginning, let me just help with the application process. Then I saw the business plans and I thought, they are not good enough, so this is not detailed enough. They don't concentrate on the relevant aspects the financier wants to see, and it's international the same. It's not that South Africa has now some specific rules. Each and every fund has their specific rules. Good morning, Shane. So, but it's nothing specific to a country, yeah. So, and yes, that's why we are doing here what we are doing. I have an absolutely amazing team around me. They are helping me doing parts of the whole process. And that's why we are also really, really good at, because each and everybody can concentrate on their strength. Somebody is good with words, let them write the business plan. Somebody is good with numbers, let them do the financial forecast. Then we have somebody who is really particular OCD, you know what I mean? So, and let them fill out forms, you know? So, use the strength of everybody, that makes sense. Okay, so now, but if you need to do that on your own, or you want to do that on your own, that's why I like to share these information here with you, and so that you then can decide, okay, this is what I need to do. So, topic before, what to check before submitting your funding application. Okay, so Thibaut, I saw your questions. Let's do the questions at the end, yeah? So otherwise it's all over the place and it's difficult for people to follow it, okay? So the first thing is, first of all, you need to have a little bit of clarity about what your venture should look like, yeah? So what is your target market, your shareholding, which entity will apply, and then you can go and have a look at the different funds. They are available wherever you are. It doesn't need to be here only in South Africa. If you are somewhere else, you have a look which funds are available, and then you need to have a look. Read the rules and regulations carefully. Take your time. It's not, oh, there's a fund for 2 billion available, let me quickly apply, and but you haven't read through it. It's a waste of your time, and honestly it's also a waste of time for the fund and the fund managers. You know, they need to read through applications, and it's quite frustrating when, oh, doesn't qualify, doesn't qualify, doesn't qualify. I've been that on that end too. I know how it feels like. That's why it's also important to prepare the application. Put some effort. I'm always saying, put some love into it. Yeah, so don't just think here, okay, so we fill out the forms, nobody can read this, cross out words, maybe we made a mistake. And you think you want to apply for 5 million rand, and this is how your administration skills look like, you disqualified yourself immediately. My handwriting is not pretty, so if it needs to be with hand because you can't use your computer to fill out the form, that's fine too, do that, but then find somebody who has a neat handwriting. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. First of all, make sure you have an idea what you want to do. Go through the fund rules and regulations, have a look that you qualify, yeah. And if there's a lovely CIFA manufacturing fund available. Portion is a grant. One of the rules is you need to be a minimum for 2 years in business. Okay? You will not qualify. Don't waste your time there. Yeah? Okay, so that's the first step. And then you compile everything, you go through the list, what they want from you. And they usually, what they do that nicely. They say, you are a startup, this is what we want from you. You're an existing company, this is what we want from you. So just make sure that you are able to submit everything. And then you have a look if the business plan, I'm not sure, maybe you wrote it on your own or a consultant wrote it for you. You need to make sure all assumptions in the business plan have a document to support it. Yeah? That means if company ABC is applying, you need to have the CIPC document of the registration. If company ABC is applying and the fund asks for a, let's say, tax clearance certificate of company ABC Pty Ltd needs to be submitted, not from XYZ. You laugh at me now, I'm sure, but I've seen all these things too many times. Yeah? So you need to put some effort into it and just make sure you have all the relevant documentations, otherwise they send it back to you in the first place. Yeah? And you don't want this, you put lots of effort into it, so take your time to do that properly. That's one of my tips. Forms, I told you already, if you need to do that with your handwriting, that's fine. But if your handwriting looks like mine, find somebody who has a um, neat way to fill out the forms. Okay. So, and then what we also do is we try to make it as easy as possible for the people working at the financiers. That means number one is, if they have a list, number one is application form, we name it number one, put it first. Number two is, let's say, the tax clearance certificate, then we make a 2 at the tax clearance certificate, and then make sure second part is the tax clearance certificate. I always would recommend to ask the financier where you want to submit, and they always change it, you know. Sometimes they prefer it emailed, sometimes they say no, we want hard copies. So ask, and different branches have different preferences, you know, so that's why you want to build a relationship with them. Yeah, so you don't want to be just a number. You want to be a person they can see that is somebody determined, they really want it, that they're willing to go the extra mile. Yeah. So, and then make it easy for them to find this out. How do financiers usually work? They have some administrators in the beginning. They just check, are all the documents there? Yeah, that's an easy check. Then they have a look at the executive summary. Then they say, oh, okay, this is now, I don't know, chicken farming. Chicken farming, we have a specific manager that goes to this person. Yeah, so these things are important. Take your time. Yeah, put effort into it. That's, an application is nothing what you can do on a weekend. Yeah, it will take some time. I remember my first business plans I've done, I think I used weeks for it. I wasn't too sure what needs to be in there, so I had to look at the different templates. The templates, I always thought they are asking the same thing again and again and again. No, usually they don't. Yeah. So, and what we do is, our version is close to what the government institutions, financiers want exactly in their business plan. So we use their headings so that for them it's also easy to recognize what they require. And it's still international standard. So we also have clients and customers from abroad who use our business plan to then raise capital in their respective countries. Yeah. Okay, I think these are the most important parts I really wanted to share with you. Go through the rules and regulations of the fund. Make sure your business plan is clear and precise. Maybe even put yourselves in the shoes of a financier. Yeah, so think about, you have a couple of millions in your bank account and somebody is asking you for to want to raise capital with this business plan. Did they answer all the questions you may have as an investor? Yeah, like, who's responsible for it? Is this person qualified? Do they have experience in this industry? Do they have a market, a clear target market, or do they say they are able to supply everybody? Then there is no marketing strategy involved. Do they have a clear understanding what they need for equipment? I can tell you funny stories here. I had somebody coming in and said, I think they wanted 6 million. And I said, yes, we have some contracts. It was cleaning contracts. My first stupid idea was, of course, 6 million rand for brooms is maybe a little bit too much. But then, I got there are these professional equipments for big conference centers. They cost a little bit more. When I asked them how many of them do you need and how much is one, I think we came up to all together for 300,000 rand. You don't need 6 million if your equipment is only 300,000 rand. Yeah. And if I figure that out in 2-3 questions without even really knowing the industry, the financiers usually have industry experts. Yeah, so they have a good idea if you want to manufacture, I don't know, even if it's a little bit more complicated, some polymer products or something like this, and you have a price for equipment, they know this is not the international price for it. And then you need to be able to explain, so why this equipment is maybe over expensive or too cheap in comparison to everybody else. Yeah? Yeah, okay, so this is what I definitely make sure that you have broken it down, that it's absolutely clear, it's absolutely precise. And it's not only for the financier, it's a roadmap for you too, Tomorrow you get the money and you don't need to think about, oh, what do I need to do now? And now I need to find a property and now I need to find the equipment. And no, it's all done. You got the money. You can call them. I ordered this. I want to sign my offer to lease now because I want to lease the shop, the property, the workshop. Yeah. So then it's like this. Because each and every day, to get my glasses, each and every day you need to pay for the money you receive, yeah? Because you're paying interest rate, and that's the expensive part here. Okay, so let me see what questions are. Thibaut, if you are applying for an extension to existing student accommodation, is it compulsory to submit an environmental impact assessment? I'm not too sure. That's definitely something what we need to find out. Sometimes it is that an environmental assessment is valid for, I don't know, 100 students, and if you now say we have now 1,000, I'm not even too sure if you need an environmental impact assessment for student accommodation, to be honest, because the environmental impact wouldn't be that big. I'm sure the most important part is you need to make sure that the wastewater is properly taken care of. Yeah, and that depends on where you are. Maybe you need to have a different or an additional tank or something like this. Okay, Banzi, good morning. Teboho, yes. I can tell you, would be able to entertain you the whole day about these stories. And please, please, please understand, I'm smiling, yeah, but it also has something to do that sometimes people are not aware of some complexities, yeah, so it's these things are then where I say, okay, this is why we are needed. This is why we are here to explain things. And sometimes I feel also like a translator, okay, between the applicant and the financier. They don't speak the same language. This is an entrepreneur, okay, that's the applicant. And usually at the financiers, these are more like administrators. They don't have this entrepreneurial spirit, so they follow rules and everything, the T's needs to be crossed and the I's needs to be dotted, and it's different personalities, and this can sometimes clash, and with a translator in between, it definitely makes life a little bit easier. I'm always able to explain to the applicant why things are required and why they are needed. Yeah? Deon, hello, Zishle, good morning. Okay, so I think I was able definitely to highlight the most important parts. Take your time. If you say, oh, that looks a little bit too complex for me, you want us to help you, it's not a problem, we are there. Easiest way for you here on Facebook is definitely contact us via Facebook Messenger, Brent is on the other side, and he will be able to guide you. Yeah, so he will ask you questions to say, yeah, okay, we are able to assist you, or we are also straightforward. If you think your business idea or venture, keep in mind, not each and every great business idea is fundable. Yeah, financiers have quite strict rules and expectations, and you need to meet them. I understand that there are crazy great business ideas out there, but obviously they are high risk for financiers. Yeah, and we definitely will tell you, okay, we are able to assist. We also will be able to tell you, I'm sure this is seen as a high risk by financiers, and we will let you know upfront. If you want us to do the business plan for you, we are more than happy to do that. We would then be also able to recommend a financier to you. But we wouldn't take that on to go through our system. When we say we are able to assist you, yeah, so we are quite picky with this, then we see a high chance to get this through, and this will then also, this is reflecting in our high success rate of applications of over 80% at the moment. Yeah. Dion, we are also able to apply for grants. We need to determine first if you qualify for any of these grants. Then I'm able to tell you what qualifies, what doesn't qualify. I had somebody here, they wanted to do some products and they thought they can use the BIS, but it's specifically excluded. This product would not qualify for the Black Industrialist Scheme. Yeah. So, and I'm straightforward. I tell my client this and say, okay, so I'm sure you want to apply for over 30 million because you think you can apply for the BIS. Here you see that it is excluded. What do you really need? And then we just amend everything. Yeah. And we do business plans according to what the financiers want, what the funds, if there are some grants available, really want. So you don't need 2 or 3 business plans to be able to apply with different financiers or funds. It's one business plan for you, and that's up to standard. So I also heard from somebody else they needed to redo a plan because now they wanted to apply for the BIS. Okay, one for NEF, one for IDC, one for BIS. No, you have one plan, it qualifies for all 3. Yeah? Okay, Dion, that's absolutely great. Yes, please do that. Yes, get in contact with Brent directly via Facebook Messenger. You, of course, also can contact us on our website, fundingconnection.co.za. If you see that later on YouTube, you find our website in the About button, or in the description under the video, so that you then know exactly where to contact us. Lovely. I hope that helped today. I wish you an absolutely successful new week. I'm happy to talk to a couple of you maybe during the week. Otherwise, we will see us next week again. Take good care. Bye bye.